Our collection and review of the digital media in this case is ongoing. We are continuing to access data on several devices. We have not made a final investigative conclusion into the motive of the shooter. However, we have uncovered evidence throughout the course of our investigation that the shooter was exploring violent ideologies. We have seen a fractured ideology. The shooter appeared to have an interest in varying, competing violent ideologies. As we continue to exploit his digital media, we are striving to find several things. What, if any, ideology he had actually settled on? Who, if anyone, he may have been in contact with regarding these ideologies? Who, if anyone, helped him or had advanced knowledge of his intentions? And why he committed this specific act of violence? Much of our work remains ongoing. One piece of evidence does not necessarily constitute a motive, hence the need for a thorough, methodical investigation. The FBI and the Gilroy Police Department investigators have uncovered a list of organizations on the process of notifying those groups. However, we will not be releasing or confirming the names of any specific organizations at this time out of respect for their privacy and their safety. Due to the discovery of the target list, as well as other information we have encountered in this investigation, the FBI has opened a full domestic terrorism investigation into this mass shooting. I understand that several people have questions as to why we did not open this investigation sooner. And I want to provide some additional information on how this process works. An act of violence alone, even a large scale and horrifying as it may seem, does not necessarily give us the legal authority to open a federal terrorism investigation. A federal domestic terrorism case requires several things. It requires the existence of a potential federal violation. It requires the unlawful use of force or violence or the threat of force or violence. And, most importantly, the existence of ideological motivation. Having a belief system and also committing an act of violence does not necessarily make that an act of terrorism, nor does it give a clear motive. We have to determine that individual's ideology caused them to commit the act of violence in furtherance of their political and social goals. We are still working to determine the motive for this crime. However, due to the information we have found thus far, the FBI has opened this full domestic terrorism investigation. It is critically important for us to ensure there is no ongoing threat to any community. This case is ongoing, so we cannot provide detailed information into our investigative activities at this time. It is absolutely important that we do this the right way. Finally, I want to thank the public for your patience as we continue to conduct this investigation carefully and methodically and appropriately under our legal authorities. Thank you to all the organizations that have stepped up to help this community as the grieving continues and the healing process now begins. Gilroy Strong is not just a t-shirt, it is who you are. This community has been incredible. We have been embedded here for several days now, and we've seen firsthand how all of you have come together to support one another and the police departments. And I want to thank you all.